I'm Don Carswell of Dublin Chevrolet. The new year means new savings on your favorite Chevy.
Dublin Chevrolet saves you up to $7,000 off MSRP on this Silverado Crew Cab.
And remember, Don sells cars well only at Dublin Chevrolet.
So if you don't have any kind of activity or any support, you've heard from Claire, you've heard from Lewis, there are a lot of activities, there's a lot of events, there's a lot of virtual Zoom groups that you can be a part of. And I think it's great to know that we have family support in our community, and whatever venue or direction that you may need it, we've got the ideas and the creativity to make sure you get that support during COVID-19. So, while we're still talking about it, don't forget about substance abuse and what's going on in the Dublin area when it comes to support that way. We're fixing to head to Rise Up and talk to Steve, because Tina, she is our senior management. She is the one who had the vision for Rise Up, and she's busy today, so we're just going to go talk to Steve and learn more about what Rise Up's doing during the COVID-19 times and how we're still giving support to those in recovery. So I'm here today with Steve Yancey from Rise Up.
Rise Up!
Hey! And I want to make sure that people know what's going on with Rise Up during COVID. So one of the things we talked about before we started filming was resources. What is Rise Up doing about resources during COVID for the individuals who are fighting and struggling or confident and stable in their recovery?
Yes, we offer many resources here at Rise Up. We connect people to resources in the community. We have people that are food insecure in our area, and we connect those people with places like Widows Oil Ministry
Right.
to get their food needs met. Lawrence Baptist Association also a big help.
I think it's neat. So if there's there's a need for hunger. We do have food at Rise Up, but we also can find food boxes with our nonprofits in our community, because Dublin is great with nonprofits, churches, loving on each other and providing that food. So I think I've even heard about grants. Sometimes we can find nonprofits or small grants to help with housing. So we are not a homeless shelter. We are not a shelter, period. So, but we can connect with people who can help with a hotel stay or rent, that kind of thing, right?
Certainly we can.
So I think that's very important for our viewers to know, because they know that Rise Up is not a clinical-based place. Tell us about how you walk in the door and what do you see when you come to Rise Up?
When you walk in the door at Rise Up, you're welcomed. We are a peer-led resource in the community of Dublin. For those that are in recovery from alcohol or drugs.
And you don't have to have insurance?
No, we're a day service.
And you don't have to pay for anything?
No, not at all.
So to me, when I think about Rise Up, I think it's a place that you come into, you meet new friends, people who can relate to what you're going through, and if you want to hang out, if you want to work on a resume, need a cup of coffee, a granola bar, building friendships with other people in recovery. Does that sound about right?
That sounds right, yes. We connect people to resources and help them in their recovery.
Yeah.
We help people with resume building, get your Social Security card, driver's license, birth certificate, anything that can help you become a productive member in society.
Yeah.
We help you with.
Yeah, and that's even outfits like work clothes. And I've seen where Widows Oil, you mentioned them earlier, has helped with a button-up shirt and a pair of slacks for a man to go for a job interview.
Certainly. We help people get work ready.
And I think you've even helped with getting them to the job interview. Do you help with transportation?
Yes, we do. We have vouchers through Candace Transportation. We do make sure they get to work.
Yeah. What about if someone's in a crisis? Can they come to Rise Up? Can they walk in the door, ask for help, or do they have to jump through the clinical hoops on our main?
No, they walk in the door, and any peer that's here will help.
Yeah. And I like to eat, so I always think that's great. And I instantly think about the the ladies group from the Methodist Church brings food, makes brownies, different things like that. So what are some needs for Rise Up during COVID that the community members might want to do to support Rise Up?
We're always in need of bottled water.
Bottled water.
Snacks such as granola bars. Those are always a nice thing to have on hand. No one comes to Rise Up leaves hungry. We
Yeah.
always make sure they have something to eat. And we offer so many different meetings throughout the week.
Right.
We have all recovery meetings, AA meetings, NA meetings, Overeaters Anonymous meetings, Gamblers Anonymous meetings.
Are you doing the men's support group
Still doing men's empowerment group on
Okay.
Tuesdays. Yes.
And how are we doing that with COVID? Are we wearing masks?
We're wearing masks. We're socially distancing. We're abiding by all the mandates of the City of Dublin.
Okay, so that's really good to know because the Dublin numbers are so high right now that we are being mindful of that, but we're still there. We're still providing services for those who are wanting support and network.
Yes.
I learned that the opposite of addiction is connection.
That is true.
So staying connected through COVID is important and it's needed. So I know I'm thankful for Rise Up. I've heard James Steele say he's thankful for Rise Up, but our community appreciates what you do, Steve, and how you give back because you are a person in long-term recovery yourself, aren't you? So you're what we call a peer, right?
I'm a peer.
So when they walk in the door, do they see your face?
They see my face.
Okay.
They see my face. And they hear my story.
Yeah.
And they hopefully see the light that I have to offer them.
Yeah.
Because as long as there's breath in the body, there's hope. And I try to be a hope dealer today.
Yeah.
And show people that there's a better life.
Yeah, and I always like it because we're blessed to have this as our job, but it's also a mission. And so to help others and how we use the idea of peers versus professionals to relate and to connect is a beautiful thing. So I appreciate what you do, and I know our City of Dublin appreciates what you do too. But anything else you can think of that our viewers might need to know about Rise Up?
Just the fact that we're actually changing people's lives, giving people hope, and giving people a safe, sober environment to come hang out and just be themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great thing.
Yeah, it's exciting. One thing I think of, lastly, that I want to make sure our community knows is that we provide yoga. We do a 12-step yoga.
Yes.
I say we. I've been to them, but they're free to the community too. So we have talked about meetings. We talked about resources. We talked about providing food when people come in the door. We talked about no insurance is needed. This is not a clinical thing. It's just a hangout place. But there is some physical exercise.
Zumba also.
Yeah, Zumba, yoga, and there's a gym.
Yes.
We've got a gym with a treadmill and an elliptical and all that, TV. So it's a great thing, and I appreciate it. And I think we've covered it all. So we're going to take a minute and go to commercials. We'll be back after this.
It's really hot outside, and the deals are even hotter with the City of Dublin natural gas. How would you like a free 40-gallon hot water heater plus free gas installation? It's easy. Just pick up the phone and call Brad Grimes with the City of Dublin Natural Gas, 277-5048, and get a free hot water heater and free installation. The City of Dublin Natural Gas, saving you money every single day.
Hey, I'm Lewis Williams, the AIM Program Manager for CSB of Middle Georgia. Due to COVID, we were able to partner with our Federation of Families chapters to host one of the biggest events that our CSB of Middle Georgia agent has hosted virtually, and that was our Trunk or Treat event. During this event, we were able to serve over 300 families. It was COVID friendly. We had several community partners that joined in with us to make sure that this event was a memorable event for the families in which we serve. And I can say that the two chapter leaders, along as with our community partners, did an outstanding job. This drive-through experience was amazing. We had several different themes, from the Scooby-Doo bus to Mickey Mouse. We had so many different themes that our community community partners displays so the kids can enjoy. And also they receive literature about the different things that we have to offer in the city of Dublin, as well as surrounding counties over our 16 county radius. We were able to make sure that they have the resources and things that were needed to better living. Thanks to the Dublin Police Department, we were able to guide traffic in safely. They drove through. No one got out their vehicles. It was a ride-through experience, and it was a very fun encounter. Our Dublin Police Department were able to guide us safely through. We came in the beginning of our exit, and were able to exit down at the end by Building 4, where our CNA staff, along with our Federation of Families chapter leaders, were able to greet them and provide additional literature. Due to the pandemic, as I've stated previously, because of COVID-19, our Federation of Families chapters that we partner with had to do things differently, such as host our parent support group meetings via Zoom. And I must say that the turnout each month has been exceptionally well. Our Federation of Families chapter leaders, they work tirelessly to make sure that our parents have the information that is needed. Each month we have a different theme to meet the needs and the concerns of the families in which we serve. For the month of October, we were able to educate our families on family togetherness. In the month of November, we were able to educate them on I'm thankful suicide did not win. The month of December, we talked about the stressors at Christmas. And in January of 2021, we were able to educate our families on life after loss. This particular thing we really faced and we saw where a lot of our adolescents were losing parents or guardians whom raised them. And so we talked about a little bit about the grief process and how every child grieves differently. And so we were thankful that we were able to have a certified peer specialist youth who were able to come and explain her life story and how life was after losing her caretaker, which was her grandmother. And then we were fortunate enough to have Mr. Bruce Howard, who works in our clinic as our in-clinic therapist, as well as with the Dublin City Schools, to explain a little bit about what grief looks like and explain to the parents that every child grieves differently and allow them that outlet. Due to COVID-19, our plan is to continue to partner with our 2 Federation of Families chapters and continue our family support groups virtually via Zoom. Our chapter leaders do have some amazing plans, such as actually coming together when it's permissible, doing some self-care, educating on the importance of self-care for our parents, and continue to provide literature, bring speakers, and we are also in the process of planning our 2021 Trunk or Treat event that we are so excited about hosting this year. The AIM project, which stands for Awareness, Integrate, Mobilize, Educate, is grant funding that we received back in the year of 2019, which allowed our CNA department to become fully community-based. AIM provides therapeutic services to the children in which we provide services to in their counties. Our philosophy and our mission statement is to meet our children where they are. So with this funding, our APEX project covers 14 of the 16 counties in which we serve. And in the 2 additional counties that were not covered under APEX, our AIM project covers, and that is Truland County and Montgomery County. The philosophy, one of the goals for AIM is to establish 2 Federation of Families chapters in our rural area. And I must say that I am ecstatic about us having 2 chapters that we have partnered with and bringing it to Region 5. If you know anyone who is interested in being a part of a parent support group, I want to emphasize that you do not have to be a part of CSB services to participate or engage in these activities. These activities and support groups are open to the public. It is our mission to provide literature, resources to assist you and your family to better living, and it is our goal to meet you right where you are. Let's meet our 2 chapter leaders.
My name is Amber Wilkes, and our Federation of Families chapter is called Stronger Together. We are over Johnson, Lawrence, Truland, Montgomery, and Wheeler. Danielle and I work together with Lewis to come up with different topics for the monthly meetings and coordinate speakers and make flyers for the meeting. My name is Amber, and if you would like to contact me to participate in our group, my number is 478-697-2421.
My name is Danielle Dunn, and I am the chapter leader of Stronger Together, which is the Federations of Families chapter. The counties I serve is Blakely, Dodge, Pulaski, Telfair, and Wilcox. Part of my responsibility is to teach the parents how to advocate for their children, not for us to advocate for their children, but for them to be able to advocate for their children on their own. If you would like to participate in my Standing Tall chapter, you can contact me at 478-230-7253.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
So now you've heard from Lewis and his two leaders, Amber and Danielle, and the things that they're doing. We've got another chapter that Marnie has spoke about earlier, led by Claire Phillips, called Straight Out of Dublin Youth Move.
Hey guys, I'm Claire Phillips, and the last time you saw me, I was dressed like a scarecrow. I'm a program manager for the Emerging Adults program called The Den, and I'm bringing to you today a talk about our newest chapter. It's our Youth Move chapter called Straight Out of Dublin. So Youth Move is a nationally recognized youth community group, and the MOVE stands for Motivating Others Through Voices of Experience. So as a chapter, we bring the youth together in the community, whether they're through our community service agencies or not, if they're just members of the community. We encourage our youth ages 14 all the way up into 29 to come and join us so that we can have a voice in our community. During this time of COVID-19, it has been challenging to reach out to the youth and get events planned, but we have overcome that. We became a chapter officially in October of 2020, and right off the bat, we started with events in our community. Our first being our Thanksgiving food drive, which was COVID-friendly. We partnered up with First Baptist. We had Bebe Thomas donate 88 turkeys for the cause, and we were able to feed 88 families within our community through various donations through churches, community partners, and our agency as well. During our Youth Move Thanksgiving drive, we actually had around 32 volunteers to help us with the project. It was amazing to see the community come together and all the youth come together to support our cause. Thank you, Bebe Thomas and Kelly Kennedy, for partnering up with our chapter to make this happen. After our Thanksgiving food drive, we dove straight into the holidays with an open mind and an open heart. We were able to gather care packages together and donated 84 of them to Southland Nursing Home for individuals that weren't able to see their families during the holidays. Shortly after that, we also did a Christmas toy drive for the children, for the mothers that were located in Wings Women's Shelter and Abundant Life Recovery Home. We were able to give 30 gifts to children that were not going to receive Christmas that year, as well as two additional families through our CSB agency. One of the most passionate parts of working through a youth chapter, such as Straight Out of Dublin Youth Move, is to see the light come on in the youth's eyes when they're able to give back to the communities that they're a part of. It has been a wonder to see them interact, come together, bringing the ideas, making it happen, all to serve the better of us all. We have really big plans for March. We are looking at hosting a community field day at Springdale Park. We are planning to have it out in the open on a Saturday. We are looking at having a rock wall. We are looking at having a water balloon fight. Just bring the whole family, bring the youth. Let's come together and have some great outdoor time, COVID friendly. And I want to remind everyone that we are established as a youth community group, meaning we will come to your events and bring the youth. We are looking for more youth to join our cause. We are also looking for community partners to help us get more established within our community, just so that there's more opportunities for advocacy, for empowerment, and for strength for our youth.
So if you don't have any kind of activity or any support, you've heard from Claire, you've heard from Lewis. There are a lot of activities, there's a lot of events, there's a lot of virtual Zoom groups that you can be a part of. And I think it's great to know that we have family supports in our community. And whatever venue or direction that you may need it, we've got the ideas and the creativity to make sure you get that support during COVID-19. Whether you need community services or clinic services, and how we do those services and perform those services to serve our community COVID-friendly is amazing, and I'm glad that we live in a community where we have those services available to us. So this is Renee with CSB for you and me, COVID style.